That sounds good, don't it? Save them for a moment to be with me. Oh man, I'm jamming, y'all. I'm jamming. All right, I was sharing the earbuds. Let me stop this real quick. All right, man, give me my earbud back, man. I was sharing the earbuds with my man here, and we were testing out the TicPods ANC. These are new in the house from Mobvoi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but these are the TicPods ANC. So you know what? Let's cut to that intro, then I'll tell you all about them. Let's do it. All right. JDL aliens, go ahead and sit down. Whoa. New guy or girl, keep standing. I got to tell you some stuff before you decide to sit down. If you came here to hear about a whole bunch of specs and mumbo jumbo that nobody seems to care about in the real world, you're in the wrong place. You should just go ahead and walk on out, but you can come back anytime you're ready. Now, if you actually came here to have a good time and watch me put these things in my ear hole, get my jam on, and tell you whether they're going to be worth your money or not, yeah, buddy, sit on down, man. Let's get into it. These are the TicPods ANC. Now, I have checked out some TicPod earbuds before, and I really enjoyed the sound quality of them. And these tend to do the same thing to me, but these gave me a really surprising experience. The overall volume of these things actually did shock me because they were kind of up, I don't know, maybe 80% when they actually connected to my phone and just started blasting the music in my ears. And that was one thing. So I'll tell you about the sound quality of them in just a moment. Let's get into some features. So they do have the name TicPods ANC. So check it out right here. This is the actual earbud. They actually give you some silicone tips, and I cannot stress how important it is to take time and figure out which one is the perfect fit to clog up your ear hole. That way you can get as much passive noise cancellation as possible. Not active, but passive. But they do provide a great amount, actually a very shocking amount of active noise cancellation. They do a real good job. So they're going to cancel out all of the low tones, all of the rumbles from engines and trains and stuff like that with a lot of bass heavy stuff in it. But they're also going to push back all the voices and high pitched tones like horns and stuff like that, bells, people crying and stuff. It's not going to totally eliminate it, but it will push it back so far into the distance to where you won't even care about it. But remember, you must put on the right silicone ear tip when you get these things out of the box. That is highly important because it is a component in how these things are going to block out sound ultimately. But you will be completely 100% satisfied with the noise cancellation job that these things do. I'm actually very impressed. I don't think I've actually had a pair of earbuds that do this good of a job as far as active noise canceling. Now they also have what's called, well, I call it ambient sound. They probably call it something else. I think they call it hear through. And that's where if you hold the touchpad right here, each bud has its own touchpad right here on the back side of it. If you hold it, you're going to toggle through the different modes. So you got ANC mode, and then you have what's called a hear through mode. And that's where it kind of pumps in some sound from the outdoors or from the outside of your listening experience and lets you hear things pretty naturally. It's not a robotic sound or anything like that. It's actually a pretty natural hearing experience to where you can actually hear the voices clearly and your surroundings around you. That way, if you got these things on in public, you can hear somebody calling out your order or your name, have a decent conversation without taking them out of your ear and such. So that's a huge bonus, but you got to hold it for like 2 seconds. So there is going to be some delay there as you're using this feature or toggling through the features of active noise cancellation as well as hear through. And then as far as the active noise cancellation off, just to have the basic earbud and passive noise cancellation in your ear. I hope that was clear enough for you guys to understand. Basically, all you got to do to toggle through the 3 settings, which is on, off, and hear through, is hold it for 2 seconds. So yes, there is a delay in there between the different settings. You're also going to get some additional touch controls for answering and ending calls and track selection. On these, you can only go forward on your tracks. You cannot control volume, but yes, you can summon up your Google Assistant or your Siri or whatever you're using at the time. One of the downsides is that while yes, you can use these as a single bud and you can do the hot swapping and everything, and it's a very seamless experience. The only downside to that is you're going to lose some functionality as far as changing your tracks. So you won't be able to change tracks. And I do believe also summoning up your voice assistant as well when you're in single bud use. But once you're back into dual hearing or or I should say both buds, you have all your functionality back, which is just changing your tracks forward, Google Assistant, Siri, as well as your play and pause and answering phone calls. Now we're going to get into the most important thing regarding these TicPods ANC true wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. Say that about 5 times fast without screwing it up. But yeah, the music quality is actually really, really great. The volume is plenty for the average person. If you've lost some hearing and you're always complaining about earbuds are not loud enough, I'm not going to sit here and say these are going to be great for you. I don't know how deaf you are, but for the average listener who has pretty decent hearing, these are plenty loud. And yes, you can work out with them. I do believe that they'll stay in your ears, but going deeper into the music quality aspect of it, the bass is really on point. If you're a bass lover, you're gonna love it. And that's where I do have a slight hint of an issue with that, because they are not muddy, but the highs and the mids are not as bright and shiny as I would like them. Like I really like a lot of clarity, almost to the point of where it's painful to listen to in my music. I like my highs turned up. I really like to hear the instruments and the cymbals and I like all that combined with great, rich, deep bass. So here you're getting a lot of good bass. It's not muddy at all, but you do feel like there's like maybe a layer of bass on top of even your treble and your mids and stuff like that. But overall, the sound quality is actually really good, and I do recommend them for a ton of people. Definitely the casual listener who doesn't want to break the bank, but wants some really quality ANC and some good music quality too. Now, I guess we'll go into that whole phone call thing that you guys like for me to test out. So we'll go ahead and get into that now. So this is the phone call quality test. They have an extended boom going down your ear or your cheek, which is going to allow the mics to kind of reach down there and grab your voice and cancel it out with the CVC noise canceling that they have. So it can eliminate the background noise. That way, if you're in a restaurant or the mall or something, you can actually have a conversation. But man, don't be that guy walking around in public just yelling all loud into your phone and stuff. Man, I hate that guy. Don't be that guy. If you're going to take a phone call, try to get to a quiet spot where nobody can hear your whole conversation. But this is a pretty decent example of how the phone call quality is going to work. Take it with a grain of salt, because these apps don't always showcase the best qualities of the phone call quality. Now that that's out of the way, let's sum this whole thing up. I do believe that these are good earbuds, and I would definitely recommend them to a friend if they're into this type of style, because that's where it really just boils down to. Some people are really attracted to the boom style of earbud, and they don't mind that boom hanging down their cheek, especially in this pure, like alabaster white color right here. Some people love that. Some people are repulsed by it. I don't know. It just depends on what you like. Some people like a true form of a bud. But if this is what you're looking for right here, something where you have an extended arm, if you're a phone call warrior and you want some ANC, it's gotta be an ANC earbud. I definitely think you should take a look at these TicPod ANCs right here. These are great for the amount of money that you're paying, and definitely a top contender as far as someone looking to move away from an AirPod or an AirPod Pro type of earbud. Last but not least, I want to take a quick look at the case. So here's my palm of my hand. I do not have large hands and I do not have small hands as far as I'm concerned, but this is the case. It is definitely bigger than what you would see in most likely an AirPod case. You know what? Let me bring my mouse up here. So here's my mouse. And this is a Microsoft mouse. It's a standard size mouse, and here it is. And this is the TicPods ANC case. But even though it's kind of wide, it's actually very thin. So it will slide in your pocket, and it won't cause any obstructions or people looking at you crazy like, man, what's going on in that fella's pocket right there? Once you open it up, you slide those earbuds in there just like such. I hope I picked up the right one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Slide them in there just like that, and they tuck away into their home nice and cozy. Like, you can slide that in even your back pocket. I wouldn't suggest sitting on these because you don't want to crush the case, but they will definitely slide into your bag very easily because of the shape, or your pocket very easily as well. They also take USB-C charging, which is a huge plus because that's where a lot of things as far as mobile devices are moving to these days. Now, I've said it a million times already, and I'm gonna say it again today. Ain't nothing changed, man. I am no expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is life is short, so you might as well be getting your jam on. And if you want to do it with the TicPods ANC, I ain't gonna be mad at you. Hey man, I gotta get out of here and go make some more videos. But before I get out of here, I wanna tell you that I appreciate you being here today, and y'all keep taking care of each other, and I'll see you when I see you. Oh, so you wanted them cats that like to just run up in a place, take what you want, then leave, huh? Man, you better hit that subscribe and notification button. That way you know when I'm over here opening up new stuff. And while you're down there, you might wanna consider tapping that join button and becoming a member, because membership has its perks. See, that wasn't so bad. All right, man, I appreciate you, and I'll see you at the next one.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?